Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, finally, we're taking a look at Procreate Dreams by Savage Interactive. This is not Procreate, this is their companion app, maybe we could call it, or companion animation app, and we're going to get into it right about now. Hello and welcome to the show. I hope you are all doing good. My name is Jade. There's my name. Welcome to our Wart Warriors. You can become a Wart Warrior by clicking the join button below. I always mention it at the start of the show. You get custom emojis and a good feeling in your tummy for $1 a month. There you go. Let's say hello to you all who are here. We've got a big show to get through today. Plus, after this, we are jumping over. I'm getting a little bit of weirdness on my camera. Give me a sec, guys. So I'll have to hold things up for 1 sec and just disappear and come back. There we go. Maybe. Hey, that's a bit better. All right. Thanks, Thomas, for posting that there. You can become a Wart Warrior. There it is there. And all this stuff here. Hello to Thomas, our main mod. Hello, Jim Shannon. And he's going crazy. He's got all of them going today. Patreon, SuperChats, all that. And, of course, here's our good friend.
Doctor's orders.
So good. Tony Howie, what's happening? Joe and Barry Glenn. I'm sure Barry's lurking behind. Richard the Falcro. Hello, hello. Jerry Gomes, who is our special guest this week, this Thursday, US, UK time. Jerry's coming on the show. And we're going to find out more about Jerry Gomes. Very exciting to have him on the show. Gregory O'Sullivan is here as well. Kim Harden-Hudson's hanging out for about half the show, maybe kind of, sort of. Hopefully I can get enough in to get you learned up. And I think I got most of you here from the top. Let's go back down here. If I missed anyone down the bottom. I think Jenny. Hello, Jenny Jolivet. Smooth and radiant. I've never heard that before. Look at Brad. Brad's here with the giant skulls. He's skull effed me. I bet Brad loves the giant skulls now. Hello, Brad. Love you, Brad. Good to see you back, Brad. He was lurking yesterday. Yeah, so we got a lot to do today. I'm looking forward to it too, Falcro. And if you're there lurking, I see there's lurkers. Hello to you too. So let's quickly dive in and do the stuff, because I received something in the mail yesterday and I need to show you. Firstly, I got this. I'm not wearing it yet. I got this T-shirt. I got a Camp G-May T-shirt. Look at that. Camp. Oh, man, you know what it smells like? It smells like, you know when you go past those bong shops? It smells like marijuana and incense, which I wouldn't expect anything less from Camp G-May. So thank you, Camp G-May, for sending me a shirt. But guess what else I got from Camp G-May? Last year and this year, he runs an award ceremony each year for a bunch of people who do cool things. They're called the Jammies. Yeah? And last year, I won a Jammy for the best music video for Metheist World Divided. And yesterday, it arrived. I have a fucking jammy. It is so good. Look at that. And it's even been signed on the back from Camp G-May, from Gary G-May. I am so stoked. Look at this thing. Thank you, G-May. You are a fucking legend. I love you so much. That is going straight to the pool room. So there you go. There is my jammy from last year. They're actually real, folks. They're real. I know Brad got his jammy this week as well too. So thank you so much, G-May. That rocks. Really a lot. All right, let's jump in and do our usual quick news. Hello, Ed Zielinski. Good to see you. We're going to do our thing over here and check out some updates and stuff quickly. Over at the Beat Community, a great website to make sure you bookmark. Beat Community, the heartbeatcommunity.com. Tonality is on sale over here. There's my mouse. So that's on sale, currently on offer. Amazing Noises have got some price drops. Clevgrand have added some more apps, and I think they've added some bundles in there as well. So that's really cool. Hello, Secret Legacy, and Robbie Stingle, hello. And our friends at Tasty Pixel have updated Loopy Pro, so that's had another massive update. We got 30% off Indian Drummer from Lumbeat. Nambu from Iceworks is on offer. What else do we have? A significant update for OCS, Spring Verb. Apesoft have got apps on offer. Hip Hop Drummers got 30% off. So a whole bunch of sales still being added to the last minute kind of sales. Go over here and get a bit of an idea so you can see more Clevgrand apps have been added there. Tonality, Room Simulator. You can see Indian Drummer, Nambu. All the Ape filter stuff, so Ape Matrix, all those have been added. IVC S3's been dropped from $14.99 to $7.99. And you've got the Mood, Accordion Vintage, and Sparkle. They're on sale too, so still lots of sales trickling in. Identity, I think I covered this app as well too in some kind of show at some stage. So there's lots of things. Yeah, pretty much everything is on sale, Thomas. It is pretty cool. Hello, Audible Video. Good to see you, Kurt. All right, let's Oge. Let's go and do this. Today's featured artist, if you haven't read the pinned comment up the top, is, of course, Viv Sparrow and Naya Medved. We'll be playing that at the end of the show. The show's going to go today for about an hour 20, right? And then we'll play our featured artist. And then I invite you all to come over to check out the premiere of Walk With Me, episode 19, the second last episode. And today's one's a special one. It's about Pete Johns. I had to have Pete Johns in there, and I did save him to last. Be warned, it's a little emotional. It just is. It just happened, and it goes for about 30 minutes, actually. It's a long one. I did a really long walk yesterday, and that will lead into Pete Johns' GarageBand Weekly. So you'll be dumped from here to the walk and then dumped over to Pete. If you'd like to stay and do the dumping and following along, please do. It would mean a lot to me, and I know to Pete as well. All right, today we are looking at something I've been very, very, very excited for a long time, and I hope I don't stuff it up because now don't expect like super animation from me today, all right? I'm actually a pretty good artist. I studied art in school. I'm still learning to draw properly on an iPad. You know, it's a process, but animation is not. No, I'm nowhere near good. But we're not focusing my talents today. We're focusing on how to do everything. So just be aware of that. So Procreate is the original app that came out from Savage Interactive. It is pretty much a drawing app, and it has won many awards. Many awards that show to you here for its amazing quality, and it's just got better and better for art. There's so many great YouTube channels that can teach you how to draw with it and stuff like that. So, within itself, Procreate already is an amazing app. And this new app, Procreate Dreams, has been built. Now, I've done shows on Procreate, so if you want to go back, type Jade Starr Procreate, you'll find several shows on me storyboarding and how to use Procreate, all the settings and all that kind of stuff. Well, they have just released their follow-up. Now, this has been 5 years in the making, and this has been built from the ground up. This is Procreate Dreams. It ties in 100% with the original Procreate, so you can draw something in Procreate and then drag that piece of art into Procreate Dreams to then animate it, which I will show you today. The price of this is $19.99 US, UK, Australian, $29.99, Canada, $29.99. There we go. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people here say they use Procreate, and it's just an amazing app. Thomas says it's the first app I ever purchased. Procreate's more than I use Procreate more than anything else. Yeah, it's just a fantastic app, right? So we're going to get in and have a look at this now. So it's 20 bucks. Okay, now where do we start? This is the fun bit. So what we're going to do today, we're going to have a top-down view so you can see everything. We're going to have to adjust all of this. Here's my overhead cam. I've zoomed in a bit. What we're going to do is take this off the Magic Keyboard, fold the Magic Keyboard down so at least you can see it from the top view. Now I can bring up this second cam here so you can actually see a proper vision of it. So we'll be bouncing between this camera today and this one over here so you can actually see me drawing and doing the stuff. All right, let's start off with the screen over here and open this up. This is the original Procreate. So just for me to show you the difference. So in Procreate, you have this, this gallery, and this is where all your art is. And now in here, I can create stacks in Procreate. So anything I want to have multiple things of. So you can see all my storyboards in here, and I can get to those. So this is the gallery. Whereas in Procreate Dreams, it is called the theater. It is the theater. That is the correct name for it. And you have the option to save stuff to iCloud Drive or to your iPad. So you've got two different places here you can go to, which is great. Really easy to, now when you've got items in here, of course you can tap on them to open them, or up the top, let me go to this screen, we'll get our pencil out, because you know you will need a pencil for this. Because there are certain things you can do with the pencil and certain things that you can't. So you can tap and drag these things. We can like hold down on them and move them around, or you can just select. So when you hit select, you can actually select things and you'll be given a menu up here that says like new folder, delete or duplicate. So you can duplicate these things. Let's just duplicate one. There you go. And now we can select this and I don't want it. So we can hit delete up the top and delete it. So you've got all those pretty, normal kind of options with this. First off, let's open up a project that has been made in Procreate so you can see it. So I'm going to open up this. We're going to go and I think it's, what is it? Is it 2? No, I can't even remember how to go to full screen. How bad's that? I think we go full screen. No, I can't even fucking remember. That's terrible. Let's play this. So I'm just going to, we're going to hit play and show you what this is all about. Let's hit play. It's not letting me. See, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was the pull down. So I thought it was the pull down, but I can't get it to work today. See, as you can see, if is it pull down with 2? No. Is it pull down with 3? Or is it 4? I can't fucking remember. See, everything else I know except this, I just can't remember. Is it on the timeline? No, it's not on the timeline. We'll find out. I'll get to it at some stage. Yeah. Is it a double tap? No, that's the select. I thought it was 2 or 3 down, but man, that really sucks. That the first thing I do. So the first thing you'll notice when we go out here, here is your stage. Let's just show you the stage here. Now you can see the actual performance part of the stage up the top is what's happening in the center. So in the center here is your performance stage, and to the side is everything that happens off the stage, right? So you can have things that are off the stage that actually come into play. So all of this real estate back here is super important, right? Because even when you hit play, you can see there's things going on in the back, behind the stage. All right, let's just close out of this and show you another one here, because there's this one too. Make sure we're back at the start. Now, oh, that's it. We can flick. There we go. So as you can see, some pretty fucking spectacular stuff can be made with this. This is, you know, next level animation if you've got the skills to do all this kind of stuff. Hello, Tremor Bear and Hugh Caldwell. But we're going to be very basic today. So you saw me open a project, all right? So how to close it? Over here, we have this little square section, and I can click that, and that will close our project. So tap on it to open a project, and there's these little dots here. Can I zoom in and show you? Yeah, see where it says into the future? I'm going to tap here, and that will close your project. All right, let's show you first how to create a brand new project and go from the beginning. All right, so to create a brand new project, all you need to do is tap the plus up in the top right-hand corner. You'll be given these options, and you swipe up to see what the options are. So you've got a widescreen, you've got an ultra widescreen, you've got a social media one, so your vertical. You also have a square as well. Now with all of these, you've got a screen size, so this is your normal iPad screen size, and all these are in 4K, as you can see. It says 4K. You've got some options up the top here. If I touch the little dots, you can choose the frames per second for the video clip. You can decide here how long you want the clip to go to as well. So if I tap there, you can decide your hour, minute, 30 seconds, and type those numbers in. So completely up to you. Or you can hit your frames. So you can see here, if you're doing like a cinema kind of thing, you can go 24 frames. Or you're doing film, you might want to use 50 or 60 frames, or television 30 frames, much like you would put together a video. Yeah, so you've got your options there. Now, you also, let's just tap on this. We don't need that now. Come back here and show you. So you can also choose to draw on the left-hand side or choose an empty project. Let's choose an empty project, and it opens up immediately with your setup. Now it's split up into 3 sections here, and you have your top section, which is obviously your stage, where everything is going to be in that stage and everything that's in there is animated. And off to the side, as I showed you, you can pinch to zoom and do all this kind of stuff too, right? So you can pinch to zoom, make it smaller and bigger, so you can zoom all the way into it if you want to get like really close to your subject. But there is still that off frame. So anything that happens off frame is where you can move animations in. Okay, now our second part is in the middle. So it's across this line here. And this is our timeline. So this is where you have options. You can close the project over here. You can go in and get options here. So this is where all of your options are. And let me show you these. You can change your frames per second, your duration. So you click on any of these and they'll give you, again, the frame options. You can change the width of your project, the height. You can go in here and type an author if you want. Yeah, so I can go in, add an author and put Jade Starr and hit done. So now I'm the author. You can even add a photo if you want. Let's just put Jerry Gomes in there. There you go. Jerry is now me. Nice. So you've got all those options here. Underneath the properties to the left, you've got your stage section. So this is onion skins. If you don't know what onion skins is, you will get to know them very soon. Your timeline, you can decide if this loops or just one shots or ping pongs, right? So it gets to the end and comes all the way back, or it is just a one shot. Let's change this to loop just for fun. Hello, Pookie. Good to see you. And Semtex Cow. You have your share options underneath. So this is where you can export your video. Yeah, once you're finished, custom settings. You can save this as a Procreate Dreams project as well. And what's amazing about that is when you save a project as a Procreate Dreams project, it saves every single move you have done. Redos, undos, taps, deletes, it saves everything. And then when you send that to somebody, they have the full gamut of every single thing that you have done since the beginning of creating this project. It is a brand new technology that they have added into Procreate Dreams, and the file is called a .dreams file. So it's their own technology that they've mastered over 5 years with this, and you can share that with people, and they can really get in and see all the moves you've made and all that kind of stuff. You've got preferences down here, so you can change like the buffer size, where you want your toolbar to the left, dynamic brush scaling, all this kind of stuff, your rapid undo delay. So a bunch of options there, and you have a help center that you can click on if you need that. Let's get out of our properties. You can also change the name of your project. Now, you would have noticed I've created this brand new project and it's called Dream 5. I don't want it to be called that. So we're going to go in, and where it says, we need to close the project. So where it says Dream 5, we've got our little close box. And now I can tap on the project and we are given a whole bunch of options here, like rename, duplicate. So tap to hold on any of these projects and you get this little toolbar. We're going to rename it and just call it show demo or something like that. Demo. And now it's got its new name. So when we open it again, it has the word demo down in the little transport. So in the middle as well, we have our transport, and you've got a play button here. And all of these we're going to cover in a second. But underneath, right at the bottom, is our timeline. So underneath where these tools are, where the play and all this is where our timeline is, and we can add things in. So you have many, many ways of animating. In fact, 3, count them, 3 ways of animating. And we're going to start off by showing you the first one. And so you can either make something in Procreate and then import that into this. So you may have created a picture of something with many layers, moving parts, arms and legs and all that, and you can import that in. We'll do that a bit later. Firstly, we're going to start by just drawing something in, a few things, and we're going to make some animations quickly. So firstly, from the end here, let's just tap this. On the end, you've got a plus section. Let's zoom in so you can see it. And here you can either add a brand new track, you can add photos, you can add video, because you can draw over video and animate over the top of video. You can add text, and you can import from the Files app. Many ways to import things. We're going to create a track first. Now you'll see straight away down below, it has put a little thing down here with a little playhead that we can drag around, and there's a little faint dark line down there. This is the beginning of where we can draw our first item. Okay, so let's draw something. Let's put something in this track, and then I can show you the zooming and moving around. Hello, Rise of Dark Leela. Fantastic show, Leela, today. You did really well. So what we're going to do is take the pencil, and from the far right, where the plus symbol is there, we're going to choose the squiggle symbol. All right, you can see it's highlighted, that little squiggle symbol. Now we can zoom out, and now we have our canvas. You can see this faint rectangular line. This is whatever we do draw in here, this is going to be inside the canvas, and we can draw things off the canvas as well. So let's start simple. If you've used Procreate before, it's all the same thing with the brushes. So if you look up the top right-hand corner, we have our brushes. If I click on this, you have a huge selection of brushes. We can click through these, and there's painting brushes, artistic brushes, calligraphy, textures. There's so many cool brushes in here. You can import your purchase brushes that you may have in Procreate. So that's all available to you, but there's so many brushes off the bat, it's ridiculous. So let's just go with, I don't know, we'll go with a inking one. So I've selected just this inker one. Maybe I'll go for, what have we got? we'll go for this Baskerville one just to start off with. And if we click the little paintbrush up the top, let me just show you. So there's our paintbrush up the top. That gives us our brushes. Next is our erase tool. So when that little hand in the top right-hand corner is highlighted, that means we can erase things. Sorry, that's our smudge. What am I saying? The finger's our smudge to smudge things out. The next one is our eraser. So when that's selected, we can erase things. Fourth along the list is our layers. Now, we only currently have one layer, right? So it says, can I open layers when there's nothing selected? So let's go in here. Well, we need to create a layer. We need to do something, don't we, right? And then at the end, we have our color picker. So when you click on that, you've got your color picker. You can go in and move this around, choose your color in the center. And this is how you choose your colors. You've got different ways of doing it down the bottom. You've got different values you can draw in this way. You've got patterns that have already been pre-made. You can save templates with your own color tones and stuff like that. But we're just going to leave this as it is, and we're just going to stick with, I don't know, let's go up here and we'll go with this color to start off. And you can see it's represented up in the top right-hand corner of what color we currently have selected. So right up here. And now I want to draw something in. I want to start drawing. Let's get out of this. And this is where we select over here our little squiggly thing. And this is where we can draw something in. So I'm just going to start by maybe not doing that. Let's thicken this up a bit. And why are you not working? Because I've got a eraser selected. Good stuff. Let's go in here and select our pencil. And we can draw a circle. That'll do for now. Now, if I want to fill in this circle, what I'm going to do is grab the little color up in the top right-hand corner, and I can drag this over here and fill that little circle in. So there is our first little piece of art. Okay, now you can see I can start moving this timeline and pinching this timeline. So you can pinch the timeline, you can pinch the actual the stage and get a better view. And there's a whole lot of multi-gestures that you can do also. Just to show you, let's start off with 3 fingers. If I put 3 fingers down and start moving, this is stretching out the timeline. You can see, I'll show you closely, you can see the seconds spreading out. So you can see 1 second, 2 second, or pull it back in. Now, all I'm doing there is keeping 3 fingers held down to zoom in. And you can do the same by stretching up. Take 3 fingers and push up. And when you've got more things in here, you will see, look at that, see that's getting larger and larger. Pretty neat. Now, where did my thing go? Now, if you make a mistake, 2 fingers will bring things back. So undo is a 2-finger tap, and a 3-finger tap is a redo. 2, 3, 2, 3. Pretty cool. So let's bring our circle back. Now, this whole project, it goes for 28 seconds. You can also take your pencil and grab this, and you can shrink it so it doesn't go as long, right? But this is a 30-second clip, so it ends about here. So we want to take it to the end. So that's cool. I want to do another circle, but I can't be bothered drawing another one. So we can just go in and do a duplicate. So let's go in and hold down on this, and you can see we've got a whole bunch of new options here, like cut, copy, duplicate, paste, rename. We can rename these things. We can highlight, blend modes, masking, so all this kind of stuff. We're not going to go super deep today, just give you an overlay. Now, if I hit duplicate, I didn't want it to do that. It actually put it at the end. I want to make another layer of this. So that's not what I wanted. So that's been put at the end. So now we've got 2 of these at the end. So let's do a single tap with 2 fingers and undo that. Okay, so now I want to make a duplicate. So how do we do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So I'm going to hold down, maybe, on here. Why are you not holding down for me? There we go. So I want to make a duplicate of this. I'm going to get out of our drawing mode. For starters, before we duplicate, let's show you what happens when I hover my pencil. So I've got it selected. When I bring my pencil over, we get this little outline around it. And you can do whatever you want. You can reshape this. You can tap on this and you can make it bigger or smaller. Yeah. So if you like it a little bit bigger or smaller, you can go ahead and do that. But I want to go in and I want to tap here, maybe. And I can't remember what I'm doing now. What am I fucking doing? All right. So I want to go. I'm going to go to track options, right? So let me show you this. So when I hold and tap on it, I want to go to track options. And this gives me the option to do something else with the actual track. And so you saw before when I hit duplicate, let's just show you it closely. When I hit duplicate over here, it put it behind it. But if I go to track options, I can now duplicate and see that it put another track underneath the original track. So now I can click on between these and we've got two little balls. So now I can tap on this second one and then grab it over here and I can move it there. So now we've got two balls. Well, thank you, Pookie. I've got it reminded today because we're going a bit longer. So now we've got two balls, but I want three balls because, you know, I'm greedy and I need three balls. So while we've got this selected again, we're going to tap and then we're going to select tracks, select our options and then make another duplicate. So now let's use our three fingers and you can see I can make this larger and smaller. So now you can see all the three tracks here. Three fingers, I can spread it out or I can just pinch to zoom. And when you pinch to zoom, you can go crazy in and you can even double tap and get right into the individual frames, right? And then if I want to get out really quickly, just pinch and look at that. It just brings everything back. So I can zoom in, I can double tap anywhere I want on the timeline and it comes all the way in and we can get this super close zoom. But if I want to like go back, just flick it and we're back to our timeline. So a lot of really cool gestures available in here. So we want to go to our third ball and select this and we're going to drag this over there. So we got three balls, but they all look the same. So let's color them. Let's fix them up. We're going to go into our pencil mode here. Choose a color. Let's just choose this one and then we'll drag this color over there and we'll select our second ball in the middle just so we can tell them all apart. And we'll change this one to that. We can drag our color. Boom. And now they're all colored. See how cool that is? How you can change your colors nice and easy. Let's get into animating. Let's talk about animating our first ball. So there are three ways of animating. There's the performance mode where you can live, as it's happening, animate something and it will record it into the actual project. Then there are adding keyframes individually. And then there is using the original old school way of old school animation like Disney and using a Flipbook where you draw each bit and then flip to the next frame, next frame, next frame, next frame. I'm going to cover all of them as best I can. Let's start off with the performance. Okay, so how do you get to the performance mode? Glad you asked. There is a little record button. It's a little circle over to the right. When I tap this, it turns into a square. So let's show you that again. So you tap it, it turns into a square and it's highlighted. And up the top here, it says ready, right up in the top left-hand corner. So now whatever I do to this little circle is going to be recorded in. Let me show you what I mean. So it's highlighted. You can see it's got a little square around it. And I'm just going to grab it and start moving it. La, 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 la. And you can see the timeline actually moving while I'm doing this. I'm going to move it over there. And then once I let go, it's actually recorded it in. So let's swipe this, bring it back to the beginning. And then when we hit play, our little ball is animating. So we've created our first animation. Super, super easy. How good is that? Now, you can see there's still a lot of room here in the project, so it's still playing, but everything's stopped. If I zoom in now and zoom in all the way to where the animation kind of stops, it will now loop as long as I'm zoomed in, right? It'll loop and get to the point to where I'm closed on the zoom, and you'll see this will go back to the start. And now you'll see underneath where we had our track, we've got a new track under here with all these little symbols. So these are individual keyframes that have been recorded in. You can click on these and see where they are in the project and what scale, the Y and X scale, so you can see all of that. You can actually go in and delete these things as well, so you can hold down on them and expand and move the scale. So if I wanted to move it somewhere, you can click on that, and you can see here, you can start moving each individual scale around. You can edit these big time. You can get right in and go nuts. How do I get out of that? I don't know. There's our, so, and now what that's done is it's created two little things here, because we've got now our X and Y has been moderated. But if we double tap, we can come back to, oh, see, I've lost the whole thing now. There we go. Let's draw something in again, just to show you how we did that one more time. So we hit perform, and then as soon as we start moving this, we are recording in and creating our animations. Boom. Whee. But there's more you can do, right? There is absolutely, definitely more you can do here. Let's talk about, let's bring this back. And while we're in, now remember, whatever you do while you've got this little square, this little perform thing, and the ready is flashing up the top, whatever you do is going to be recorded. So let's hold down on our little playhead. Maybe. I'll try it with my finger. Oh, no, you got to tap. You have all these options. You have move, filter, and edit. And if you tap move, there's a whole lot of things you can do. So you can move and scale. Let's check move and scale. Now, with move and scale, while our performance is ready, I can now grab a corner of this, right, and start moving. And see, I'm making it bigger and smaller. And because we already have a performance happening, now the ball is actually getting bigger as well. And it's added in here these extra keyframes, the left and right. So now when we go back and play, let's just go in here and collapse move and scale. We've added in we've made this get larger and smaller at the same time, right? So let's click on this. So now not only is it moving around, it's getting contracting and shrinking. So if we hit play, you can see now. How cool is that? But you can get even more crazy. You can go donkey shit crazy with this. Let's pause it and bring it back. And we're going to hold down on just tap on this, and we'll go to our move section again and choose warp. And now we get this huge selection, this grid here, and you can now warp the hell out of this however you want. Because we've got our perform, our little thing ready and it's ready to record, let's just start by grabbing the corner of this box. And look at that. We can kind of warp it out of shape, and we can grab like this dot here and warp that around. We can grab this one, and so now we have an evolving shape. And it's added another keyframe down the bottom. So each time we do this, it adds these keyframes underneath, these automatic keyframes. Let's turn off performance, take it back to the start. And you can see our ball is starting to do some pretty bonkers shit. It's it's all over the place. All right. Hey, Pete, what's going on? Let's come back over here. But wait, there's more. So we'll stop this. We'll bring our little marker back. Now, one thing that's very important, if you are adding more animations, watch this. So I'm going to drag because you can move this time frame anywhere you want around the project. It's really, it's so user-friendly. You can drag it anywhere you want. let's take it back to the beginning. Now you'll notice here, if I zoom in, when it's on the actual track, it looks like a little clapper. But if I move it down to a keyframe that's underneath, it has the little keyframe. So you know what track you're on by the way your little cursor or it changes. Let's add something else to it. Let's spin it around. So I'm going to tap on this and we're going to choose Move and Scale. Now watch what happens when I take my pencil and I'm going to hold it over, and you'll see up in the top right hand corner over there on the main screen, there's a little handlebar. I'll try and zoom in. See that little curly handlebar? Looks like a little smiley, upside down smiley face. That is a little handle. And I can grab this now and move this ball around and spin it around. So let's hit Perform and let's start spinning this around. So now we're actually spinning it around. Not that you can tell at the moment because it's doing all these other crazy things. And that's just by grabbing this little handle, and you can see it going around as I move my pencil. So here's what I'm doing, kind of moving it around in a circle like this. So there's a whole lot of crazy shit you can do. Let's go back to the start. Let's focus on the next ball. Let's go to the next ball and have a look at that. All right. So I'm going to select our next ball. And I'm just going to start off by showing you the spinning one. All right. So we'll do this again. We're still in performance mode. We're going to tap, select Move and Scale. And let's show you that little handle again that appears when you hover. And now, if I start rotating this around, you can see the ball is spinning. Right? And then you can change the size of it. You can make it bigger. And this is all going to be recorded in. And then I can move the whole thing around too. So again, down below here, you can see the keyframes being recorded into the track. Let's play. And there we go. So the possibilities are really endless, but not only can you change the shape and warp this kind of thing, like I can make this thing wave. All right, let's go back to the start. We'll bring it back here. We'll onto the track, select and warp again. And now let's grab this from the corner and watch. It'll make it like it's folding, like a burrito. And because it's spinning, we're getting this weird, there we go, look at that. You can then fold it in this way. So the sky is literally the limit. Plus, you can go in and do things like changing the color. So if we tap here again, you have a filter, and this gives you options about opacity. So we can go in and change the opacity. So if I click opacity and then start changing this little slider here, it will start recording that in. So now we can make the opacity come in and out like so. Let's jump out of that. Then we can go up here and choose filter. We can do things like changing the HSB, which is the color. So as I change the colors now, this is going to change colors and be recorded into the project. Pretty rad. Yeah. So you've got all these ways to go in here and animate this. So let's take a break. Let's run the ad. And then we'll come back and go into adding keyframes manually, because that's the whole performance mode. Super easy to do. We'll go into adding keyframes manually, and then we'll do some Flipbook stuff. And then I'll import a few projects and animate some arms and stuff like that quickly. And we'll get out of here. So here is the ad. If you're not aware what we do here on the channel, we run an ad and let you know so you can prepare for it, hold up the show for you. It is a skippable ad. If you'd like to avoid the ads, Premium. That is your friend. You may have got an ad or you may not have got an ad, and we'll wait and welcome our friends back while I take a vape. All right, manually adding keyframes. Welcome back to those who got an ad. Let's pinch this and let's tap on our third ball here. Here's our third one. We'll bring this back to the start. And now we're going to manually do this, right? So it's a little bit different because we're not using this little tap section here. But what we're doing is selecting our little item. So now it's selected. So just make sure it's selected, yes. And we can move this timeline to wherever we want. And now that it's in there, we can tap on the little section and we can add in, and we can tap here and then choose from our option from here. So if I want to do a move, I can now, from this position, go, let's do a spin. Okay, so now if we take this back, did that add my keyframe? Yeah, so now if we zoom in, see how it's added in a keyframe where we had that marker? So now when I hit play, see how it's now our ball is slowly moving as it reaches our keyframe that we've put over here. So you can go in and manually do all this as well. We can now stop our playhead, move it to where we want, tap on it, and we can add a filter, go in and change the color here. Just let's go and change it to like that. Take this back to the start, and now our little balls start spinning and changing color. So you can go in and manually add your keyframes as you want, as well as doing the perform mode. So the perform mode is just the easy way to do it, right? Nice and easy to do our perform mode. Now that our little thing is spinning, let's remove the spinning things. Let's show you how to remove a keyframe. So keyframes are pretty damn cool, but we can go in here and we can remove this entire keyframe just by holding down and delete that entire keyframe. So now our project, that ball is no longer spinning. It is just changing color. Let's add some arms to that ball and let's try and make it have arms and do stuff. Yes, it does add easing automatically. We'll come back to easing in a minute. I want to draw some arms in here. Don't I? I want to draw some arms. So let's draw some arms. Let's take out the color as well. So I'm just going to hold down on this and remove the animation that we already have. So what I'm going to need to do is add a new track, right? Going to need to add 2 tracks here. So we go to our plus symbol, add a track, and then we're going to add another track because I want to draw some arms. So we're going to pinch to zoom in, and above this track here, we have 2 blank tracks. So in this track, I'm going to draw an arm. Let's do that. I've selected our drawing section. I'm going to pick black for our pencil. And I'm just going to, on our little dot here, zoom in so we can see what we're doing. I'm just going to draw an arm like that. In fact, let's change the pencil. I don't like this one. Let's go with the Inca. Oops. And we'll draw a little arm. And then that's done. So there's our little arm. And then on our next track below, so we've got another track down here. Let's go in and hit draw, and we're going to draw in another arm. That wasn't very good. There's another arm. All right, very simple stuff. I'm just trying to show you how to animate. So just remember, everything's simple today. Now, you'll notice I've left these above, right? Because we want to actually see them animate. And this one's a little bit forward, so I'm going to have to grab this. Let's zoom in. It's not at the start of the project, so I'm going to move it right so it's at the start. Now I'm going to animate. Now I'm going to show you how to add anchor points. Anchor points are really important for animating moving limbs and stuff like that. Hello, Feisty Feather. So let's select, which arm have we got? We've got this arm here. That's this one. So we're going to go in. Oops, we're still in drawing mode. So I've got to remember to get out of drawing mode. That is over here. So I'm going to tap that off. And now we've got our arm selected. There it is. And I'm going to go over to the block here. And there's 3 dots up the top. Let me show you this large. See the 3 dots when I hover over it? When I tap on this, I'm given a little option to edit anchor. Let's clip that. And now it's placed a little square in the center. So with my pencil, I'm going to drag that, the little crosshair, and put it at the end of the arm, because now I want to animate this arm and move it around. So let's come back here, and now let's start animating. So now that we've got our anchor point set, I'm going to click here. We're going to go to move and scale. And now when that little handle pops up, I can now go, oops, that was wrong. Let's go back. Get that little handle, and look at that. We are now moving our arm up and down and waving this. So when I stop and go back to the, I didn't have that on perform, but you see how to do it, right? So let's go to perform mode. Let's make sure we're on our track. Grab our little handle down here and now wave. And now we're making our little ball wave. Turn off perform, go back to the start, and look at that. We have a waving ball. Pretty cool, right? You can do this with so many different things. Now, if we go back here, we can, give me a sec. We can go into, now I can't even remember how to do this. Man, there's so much I've got to remember today. There's our thing. We've got to go into, all right, so we can multiple select clips as well too. So if I want, let's just drag this arm. What I'm going to do is we're going to take this arm, maybe, we'll do it with my pencil. Drag this arm back here, drag this arm as well. And normally they'll snap. See how that's snapped? So it's all right. We'll take our ball as well. We'll clip on our ball. Drag this. So they're all the same level. You can also group these things together. I want to put all these arms, two arms and the ball together. Check out this. So over here, this little section, this the little two rectangles, you see I now have those highlighted. I can now draw over anything I want and it will highlight them. I can hold down and I can, maybe, do I do it? I can't remember how to group. It's been a day already. Let's draw these. I should be able to hold down, yep, and you get this selection called group. And now I can hit group and they are put into a group. And see the little arrow there, if I hit the arrow, it shows you everything that's in the group, all the keyframes, all of the little parts to your little animation, and you hit the little dot again, and it folds all back up. So now remember in the beginning when I did a duplicate, right? Now I can duplicate this and hit duplicate, and it's going to put more and more of them at the end. So I can make my animation a lot longer. So if we go back to the start now, oops, bring our thing back here. Now our animation will, keep going and going and going forever, as long as we want. So you can group all these things together. I might want to group the whole lot together and make this whole stupid, bizarre animation that I've made here all be in one group. And you can do that. Super good. Let's show you that. Let's group things together. So if I hit this little rectangle boxes again, I can now draw over all of this and group this entire project all together. So now everything is in a single group. And I can move these around to different tracks. So there we go. Is there a way to make that cycle that auto repeats? It is on auto repeat. So however zoomed in you are on your project, let's zoom all the way in, and I hit play. As soon as it gets to the end of the zoom, it's going to repeat. See? Now at the beginning, remember I showed you the project, so you can decide with your project. You can go in and decide the timeline if you want it to loop or ping pong or one shot. So you've got all those options there. Let's get out of here. All right, let's show you making something from scratch. Yeah, so let's just close this project. What have we got? We've got time to do all this. We'll create a brand new project and let's show you the Flipbook. So once again, here's our new project. We're going to draw it just a circle again and try and make this really simple. So we're going to go in here, we'll make a sun kind of deal. Yeah. Let's go over here. Let's just choose this yellow and get out of this. And let's draw a circle. We're going to fill in this circle like so. So we want to make a sun and we want to animate this. So how do we animate stuff? Well, I'm glad you asked. So we need to add a new track. So this is our initial picture, but we need to add a blank track to be able to animate over the top. So we go into our plus and add a track. It's going to put that track on top. So now we've got two tracks, this one and this blank one. And now we want to do a flipbook. How do you do a flipbook? Did you see that? Let's show you that again. There's a little handlebar here, and when you are in draw mode and you've added a blank track, you can just pull this handle down and it will give you this little flipbook. So now I can start going frame by frame and drawing in things around this sun. So let's start off. We'll move it. You can move this flipbook around anywhere. It's got a little X. You can close out of it if you want. But we're just going to start. We'll make this, let's choose a different brush. Maybe this Blackburn one. And over here too, I forgot to tell you, you've got brush sizes and opacity over here. So we're just going to, in our first flipbook, so you can flip through these, we're just going to put some dots, maybe. Oh, there we go. They're way too big. Let's bring that down. Let's start drawing some dots. And you can see in the first little box of that flipbook, it's filling that out. Now I can grab this and move to the next frame. So this is basically the original, frame by frame, Disney, any kind of like cartoon kind of frame by frame. And a lot of people aren't good at this, but here's where it gets cool because we have a thing called onion skins. And let's show you what an onion skin is. To get to your onion skins, you need to tap down here where this number is and hit show onion skins. Now, what this does is it shows you the previous frame. So you can then draw on top of that. You know where the last points were of your frame. And you can go in and you can edit your onion skin and change the color of it. We can make it like this color. So we know it's not the same color as what we're drawing. You can change the opacity of the onion skins, right? Let's go back. And you also can change the background color, right? But we're not going to do that. So let's now draw our next frame. So from here, I'm going to just go like this and start drawing these out because we can see our last dot. So we're just adding a little bit of length. Then I'm going to move to our next one and then we'll add a little bit more length. Now, of course, I'm being very rough here. So, don't judge. Even further out. And we're going frame by frame by frame by frame. Let's start bringing them back in, shall we? So we'll make them shorter now so they actually come back to their starting point. I'm not showing you me actually doing it, am I? And our next one, so we'll make it a little bit shorter, shorter, shorter. So each time we're going along, changing our frame. It's getting shorter and shorter till we get all the way back to just the dots. And you can see the onion skins underneath showing where we last were. Yeah, it's basically tracing paper. And let's do our end with our dots. And there we go. So if we now jump out, hit done, we're back here. We can go in and turn off our onion skins, hide them now. And now if we move this along, now remember, that's only a few frames. So we're going to have to zoom in a little bit so you can see what's happening. Let's zoom in because obviously you're going to want to do more frames. Whoops. Okay, let's bring this down. So you can see here are the individual frames. Let's zoom in. So now when I hit play, you're only going to see this happening. You are creating animation. Isn't that really cool? Did I miss the onion skin explanation? So an onion skin allows you, I'll explain again, Greg, allows you to see the previous picture that you draw, to see a trace of what was left behind. So there you go. There's a very quick way to animate a sun. And, I mean, you can now go in, select here, we can grab these, then we can group them, and then we can start duplicating. So I can go in here and duplicate, and you can see now we're building. So it makes it a lot easier to have to do it all over and over again. Take this back to the start, and there's our animation going. So pretty cool stuff. All right. Let's show you quickly and to animate, because you can do this over the top of video as well. So we'll stop this. And what time we got? We got about 25 minutes. Whew, man, this is pressure. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm not an animator, and as you can see, but hopefully you're starting to understand this, you know, the complexity you can go with this. I'm just trying to give you an outline of where everything is and what you can do. So you can import photos. Let's jump out of this. Let's create a brand new project. By the way, the technical frame for animation by the way, the technical name for the animation Jade did on the ones, animating on the ones, each frame being a keyframe. Yeah, I said they were keyframes. Let's create a new project, an empty project, and I'm going to import a video. So I'm going to import a video from the Files app. I'm going to go to my hard drive. So you can import stuff from an external hard drive. Here's my Rocket Pro. Let's take a video from my Walk With Me series. We'll just grab this video here, open it up, and you have imported a video. Now it's longer than my project, so I'm just going to shorten this, grab it here, shorten it up. Let's have a look, hit play and see what's going on. So here we are. So clearly there's a bit of a fail at the start there. We'll grab this and take it to the beginning. Episode 18. At the end of another episode of Walk With Me. It is episode 18. And I'm so happy that you chose today to walk. Let's take this back to the start. So here we are. So that'll do. Now we can take this picture and we can stretch it out if we need be to fit our canvas just by dragging. So now that fits in. And now I can like animate over the top of this. I can add things like we just did with I can draw a picture in here. I could draw like a speech bubble or something. I can go in and maybe. I've got to put a blank track in, of course, dickhead. So I've got to put in a blank track. And now here I can draw like this and fill it in. Like so, whatever. I can add like another track. Let's add another track. And let's make this ball thing animate. So first we'll turn on our performance and select. We'll do a move and scale. And we'll kind of, let's take this out of the picture. So we'll start it up here. And then the video starts. So here we are. Right, let's take it back to the start. I'm going to hit our perform, and I'm going to drag this ball down. I'm stretching it. What am I doing stretching it? I want to grab the whole thing. Let's bring that back. So here we are at the end of another episode. You see what I'm saying? So you can add things in there. We can add another little track here and draw some stuff in. We'll go black or something like that. And I can put little, and let's go in and do like a Flipbook. So we'll pull down. Now we've got a little Flipbook and we can start drawing in. Turn on our onion skin. And then we can redo that, but add another one. Next. 3. You see what I mean? So you can start to really add interesting things to, let's stretch 3 fingers. All right. So you can go in and do these kind of things, add animations to your videos. But wait, let's try and make it a little bit easier for people who can't draw. Let's just cover one more thing with drawing. Let's bring in an image from Procreate. So you can drag in things you've made in Procreate as well. So I have this, where is it? I have this horse here that I drew, and it's broken up into a few layers. So we've got an eyeball and we've got the actual horse's head. And I want to bring this in to my project. It's very easy to do. All you need to do is head back over to Procreate Dreams, pull down and go into split mode, and now open up Procreate, and I can create a new project. Let's do this, brand new project, and I can drag this artwork maybe over into Procreate. And now we have this image now sitting in Procreate Dreams, and it's actually carried over across with it all of the frames. And how do we get to the frames? If I hold down on this, you can see here it says convert layers to tracks. Let me zoom in and show you that. Just by holding down on this, if I hit convert layers to tracks, it's now created a group. Look at this, a group with all of the layers in there. So the actual horse, the eyeball. Now I can go in and animate the eyeball. So while we're in this eyeball, I could add an extra track, right? And so we've got, did I add a track? Add a track. And with this eyeball, we can then go into a Flipbook, and I can start animating. Take this back to the start. Are we at the start? I don't even know. Let's get it back to the start. All the way back to the start, dickhead. Flipbook. And now I can start drawing lines in here. So if I do with our black pencil, let's choose a sketching pencil, Procreate pencil, choose a thickness. It's probably a bit too thin. I can go in and draw in our frame a line and a line here, and move to our next frame, onion skins on, so we can start animating these things like so, to the point that the eyeball closes. You get what I'm doing. It's not the best demonstration. Let's turn off the onion skin, and you can see how you can animate an eyeball closing kind of thing, right? Pretty cool. It's a croc zebra. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck it is. So there you go. You can animate things this way. So there's so many different ways that you can animate. It's just, you know, it's a wicked app. But if you don't draw, let's cover the last thing for today. Now, definitely, I'm going to be back here doing many shows on this. I'm not considering. I am going to do a full animation over a series. Yeah, so we're going to create something really cool and animate it all in like a 4-part series. So hold on to your horses, you know, like the correlation there, because we're going to do more things. Because you don't have to just draw, just to show you the power of what you can do. So I'm going to jump over to here to Midjourney, and we are going to, it is in writing. Yes, it's happening, Joe, I promise you. So let's go over and imagine something in Midjourney. Let's make something in Midjourney. So we're going to do futuristic city with 3 buildings. Okay. And let it do its thing. So we're going to make a piece of art in Midjourney. And then I'm going to, why I put the 3 buildings in there is I want to try and create something with perspective. So I can chop out the buildings. Let's see what it makes for us. And hopefully we get something straight away because I don't want to sit here doing this too long. We got probably enough time, hopefully, to show. Okay. These look okay. I reckon I can do something with one of these. Let's have a look at them. I reckon we can take this top one. So this is number 2. So I'm going to upscale this number 2. And I'm going to save this. So there's our picture. I'm going to save this now to my Photos app. And now I'm going to go into something like Pixelmator. And I'm going to open up this image. Let's go to plus and from Photos. And we're going to grab this image. And what I want to do now is like grab one of these buildings here. So up here, I'm going to like do a select. And we're going to do a quick selection. I'm going to drag roughly, so this is very rough, over this building. Try and grab as much of it. It's not going to be perfect. I think that's enough. And then what I'm going to do is hit done. It's still selected. I'm going to tap on it. Let me show you what's happening here. And I'm going to cut this out of the picture. Okay, so now that it's cut, I'm going to jump over here. It's now saved. And I can create a brand new image with this by, where are we? Where's my city? Why is it not letting me do it? What is this new thing that it's done? I want to create it. Create a new image from. Just do a new document. Oh, fuck. Really? Where's my? What have they done? They've updated this fucking app, and I don't like it. Here we go. Recents. Yes. So here's my little clipboard. I'm going to open this. So this is saved. I now have this image of this building in a new file. And I'm going to save this. I'm going to hit export as a PNG and share it to my Documents app. So now I have that building split apart from the photo. It's now in here. So let's go into Procreate now, the original Procreate, not this one. The proper Procreate, and create a brand new project here. So we're going to hit plus, create a brand new project. We're going to import now. Oops, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't go in here to Pixelmator and just give me one more sec. I don't know. I don't actually need to do it. We're all good. God. Now I'm going to import that original piece of art. So let's go insert a photo, import the art. Let's make it full screen, as full screen as we can, so we still get that building in the shot. Okay, there we go. There's our building. Now I'm going to create a layer, add plus, and I'm going to import from file the building that we saved that has a transparent background. And it should be somewhere. We got 10 minutes to get this done. Hopefully I can do it. Now you can add audio to these clips as well. So there's audio layers you can add. I've completely skipped over that. So you can add sound effects and all this kind of stuff back in Procreate. Let's grab this building. So now it's added this building in here as a layer. And I'm going to stretch this out and try and match it up. Right? So there's our building. That'll do. That's fine. So now I can save this project because it's got 2 layers. There's our 2 layers, the building and the background. Go to Gallery, close this out. And now we can open up Procreate Dreams, create a new project like so. What happened? Where's my new project? Hello? Did this crash? There have been a few issues. They've done an update since. There we go. So we had a crash. And maybe it's just never going to work again. There we go. Let's try again. New project. Give me a new project, bitch. Here we go. So we're going to pull this down. Back over to Procreate. And I'm going to drag this artwork into Procreate Dreams. And what I showed you before. Tap. Hold down. Convert into layers. Now we've got our tracks in here and we've got our building. So our building's at the top, so it means it's in the front. Now we can come in and add something else to animate. So I could add, now I've pre-organized this. Let's add in something from our Files app. I've created this little rocket. It's just a transparent background, yeah? It's just a picture of a rocket with a transparency. As we wait. Go into my little inbox here. And we could even make a Jerry Gomes. Here's our little rocket. I'm going to import this rocket. And let's put it there. I don't know why it's put it there. Let's move that. Our rocket. And now we have all of this stuff that's been moved. Let's move this whole thing. I don't know. I think it's because I had the cursor in the wrong place. Here we go. And here's our rocket that I've just added. So you can see that little rocket's been added up here. Now I'm going to drag the rocket into the group because I want it in here. And now it's added into the group. So now we have the rocket, the building, all good. So now if I grab this rocket, start moving it around. Oops, I didn't want to do it. That'll stretch it out a bit. If I move it around, see how we can animate it, but it's not going behind the building like I want to do. So we're going to move this, drag it down below. And now when I drag the rocket, it will go behind the building. So we've created a perspective. So now I can spin this. Oops, we can spin this rocket around. Let's make sure we get this whole image to work in the project. We'll grab our building here and line this up as well. Be a little bit bigger. Actually. So I know this is a little bit of work to make something, but you're getting the idea of what I'm doing here. So let's move this back to the start. We've got our rocket. We're going to take let's make our rocket a bit bigger. We can take it off the screen and then we can record this in. And we can grab this and fly this past, stop our perform, take it to the beginning, hit play, and we've animated a rocket that is perspectively going behind this building. So if we zoom in again, it's 3 fingers. You can see how easy it is to take images. So you don't even have to be able to draw, folks. Take an image and you can animate your own things. So anything you like. And you can add audio files as well. So you can go in here. I can't even remember how I add how I add audio files. That is a thing. We'll cover that. I think you just go in here and add an audio. Go to audio share. We can grab this track. It imports. And it's put now this Joe and Barry Glenn song in here. Let's group these together, right? So we're going to select here. I'm going to grab all of this. Hey, what happened? Oh, they all are grouped together already because we've made a group. Where'd Joe and Barry Glenn's song go? I lost it. It was somewhere. Go forward. Let's try adding that again. Bring this back to the start. I should be able to just add a file. So you can add music, you can add sound effects, all that kind of stuff. We'll grab this song. And it should put it in the right place. Or maybe it won't. So we can grab this now. Oops. Oh, I see what we've done. Let's bring that there. So now we've got audio and our clip. We'll zoom in. God. I'm panicking now. So here we go. Let's zoom in on this. And we've got some music. And I've lost the animation, haven't I? So let's go redo this animation in here. Oh, God, what have I done? I've fucking done something stupid. Oh, no, there it is. There's our rocket. Take this back to the start. Let's fly our rocket. We'll make it do some stupid stuff. There we go. You ready? Go. We'll make it dance. And you can stop it at any time, remember? And you can, you know, change this up and do like a move and scale or a warp. We can make it warp. I will go. It can wave at you. And then it can and then it can just leave. So we'll go back to move and scale. It can start flying again. So now when we go back to the start, it's now going to fly in, do a little wave. I will go. And then it's going to fuck off. All right. I hope you've got a little bit of an understanding of how all that works. It's pretty damn cool. It's $20. We will do some more stuff on this, but let's get out of here for today. I want to play today's featured artist. It is Viv Sparrow and Naya Medved. And this is a track from the Music for Life charity album. I was lucky enough to mix and master this song. It's fantastic. It's called Make It Last. There's plenty of other videos out there on Procreate Dreams. If you'd like to watch professional people do it, just go and search for Procreate Dreams and you'll see some pros do it. I'm going to get a bit better at it over the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to do something really cool, hopefully. All right, let's play this, and then I'll see you over at Walk With Me for episode 19 and then over at Pete's. So please stay around and I'll automatically dump you. This is Make It Last by Viv Sparrow and Naya Medved. Let's go. Do the things that make you happy, folks. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Pinned comment if you want to go check out their music. Let's do it.
Warm nights, driving in the car. All the time we spent not going very far. I always had some money, and Andy would buy the beer. We'd get drunk on the hood down at the pier. All night playing our guitars. We always thought one day we'd be stars. And when we had the money, oh well, we'd get out of here. All the time we spent dreaming on the pier. He'd always count the songs in way too fast, so I'd play them slow just to make it last. Till the sky lights up playing in the bars. Same old songs, they treat us like we're stars. And we still have each other, so I guess you could say we are just like we dreamed down on the pier. He still counts the songs in way too fast, so I play them slow just to make it last, till the sky lights up another 4th of July, and my heart is on